Hi everyone, how are you today? My name's Demara and I'm going to be reading to you Truth Testament number 17. These are messages that have been given since August last year for me to give out to the world. And these are about the changes that not only that we need to go through, but that what is going to be changing on our planet, within the atmosphere as well, if you like, because we have higher energy frequencies coming in all the time now, but also that the earth will be changed through the elements of the earth, air, fire and water, and we're seeing that in extreme ways right now. When I give these messages, I'm always saying to people, try not to listen to the words, just listen to the sound of my voice. And you will receive the words anyway. Your mechanisms within your own selves take in what the words are. But what these messages are about is activating our higher selves. So if you listen to the sound of my voice, you will receive the message in a slightly different way. Okay, let us begin. We have several messages, but we wish first to say that everything is going to plan. There are more and more people who are taking back their spiritual mantles and are again connecting to their source energy. This is no small thing. It is huge for them because they had not considered it important before this time. These are people who knew all of this information, but held it in their minds and did nothing to activate their connections, even though they had had experiences before and knew that they could. We are very pleased because of the extra numbers of valid connecting souls that are assisting the anchoring of the planet Earth as she goes into the phases of her major cleansing. We know that this is not easy for any of you because you have become so attached to the physical dynamics of planet Earth and are now required to make these less of an attachment. But it is the most important part of your journey to this planet. This is the reason why there is no other important reason. The rest of your experiences are for your soul journey, but not in such an important way. If you think of levels of importance, then this is at the top rung of everything, because it is to do with the next millennia of time, if we refer to it in your time frame experience. We cannot compliment you enough for wanting to make sure that your contracts are valid and being activated as to what you really signed up for. We wish now to continue our expansion of the time frames that are upon you. As usual, we are limited because of our own lack of your so-called time, but do our best to be able to warn you that much more activity will occur within your earth tectonic plates and therefore also in your volcanic structures. These are all involved with the energy releases and cleansing of energy lines within your planet Earth. These lines are being stretched beyond their limitations now because of the negative buildup of heavier energy types and will therefore release on time. On time being our elusive factor, as this is all dependent on other processes which are happening within the inner regions of the Earth mass. We do not speak of her as a globe, as we are not attached to this structural parody. It is indeed a parody, as it does not give you the exact structural shape that you are in fact immersed within. It is not global shape and does not have the characteristics of a globe. It is more of an oblong, obtuse structure which does not conform with your space agency's hand in attempting to give you the exact shape of your planet. There were many attempting to give you this illusion, but we cannot say more at this stage of our remunerations with you. Let it be known that we do not agree with the illusions which have been perpetuated on your planet. But now is not the time to have those blinkers completely removed from your eyes. Our process now is to allow you to go forward with your own connections to your higher selves and be responsible for those blinkers to drop as you continue on your journeys. We do not have to intimidate you with revealing these things because of your own choices to redeem yourselves. Having reconnected back to your original contracts, you will now be able to intuit and reveal to yourselves the truth of your existences. It is not easy to go forward now with those blindfolds on. There will be many things that will now be shown to you as your eyes are truly shining the light of the truth around you and within the origins of your planet Earth. This is only one of your temporary homes and does not relate to where you come from and indeed who you are. It is a vision of physicality that can be diluted or emphasized by how much you are still connected to this reality. We wish you to take back fully your spiritual mantles so that you are not tethered strongly to this planet, but are blowing more in the wind of higher spiritual energies, which mean you belong nowhere physical. Some of you are already comprehending this as your attachments to family, homes, cities, countries become so much less important, and you are being pulled now by your lineage of spiritual contacts and wisdom contact sources. It is going to be so much more important as the cleansing gets underway in earnest, because these are the contacts and energy lines which will feed you the information you will need. They are higher voltage and keep you from straying into unsafe areas and coming off your pathway. As the years have gone on, many have strayed a long way from their true pathways, and it is imperative that they again make these choices and get back to a single track, one which will carry you on and through the times of vast change. If you are at all to the left or right of your pathway, then you cannot easily travel through adversity. It is very much a single pathway, and as time goes on, it will become even more narrow and singular. Much has been said of the right way, but none have been as direct to tell you that it is indeed a totally singular, narrow path, one that is only controlled from your higher connection to source energy. Many have been reluctant to say this, even when they knew it to be true, because of the old adage that there are many ways to follow, which they have said will all end in the same happy way. Not true, even for a moment. It is the choice of being who you really are or not. This is not a path of many directions leading to one heaven. This is totally man-made, and not to give you heaven, but to make sure that you do not wake up to the holy truth, which is that you are totally responsible for your own correct way. Nobody can tell you this or give you directions for your way. It is so individual, not after you have chosen to... It is so individual, not only after you have chosen to take back your own connection to source. You are a link to that source, a channel, which can completely guide yourself once you have given yourself that choice. When you truly wake up to the game that you have been a part of, do not spend time thinking about the game. Let it go and move on very quickly to activating strongly your own connection to source, for there lies your way, your means, and your survival. This game is old and has been played out many, many millennia and many times for each one of you. This time you can escape totally the hold the game has on you. There need never be any more karmic ties and karmic bonds between you and the other players. This is a time where games are not operating. It is a soulless pursuit, and one that is behind you now if you wish that this to be so. We know that this is not for every one of you, for some have not tried to get through the world of games and go beyond this state of being. But for many of you now, you are beyond games and cannot now take back what you know and what you are able to experience. This is the period of games no more and taking back the full power that you have in your grasp. This grasp is now not one of trying, but one of allowing and being who you truly are. We take this moment in your time to honor those that have indeed let go of being less than they are and are journeying now with us and all the other free-flowing soul entities that will join in this celebration of one. One for all and all for one. Our celebration will be felt unanimously throughout our universal planes. This hallowed day will indeed be remembered. Thank you for listening. And I'd just like to say here, I always like to give my personal experiences, because even though I channel these, this number that I've forgotten already, actually, I think it's 17, was channeled way back in 2022, which seems like an age to me. It was only last year. So I don't remember which is which, and I certainly don't remember all the messages just off the top of my head. And as I read this, I had so many, what can I say here? There were so many words and phrases in this that ignited the energy in my spinal cord. And up my spine, there was this energy. In fact, at one point, it was filling the whole of my top half of my body and just didn't stop for a couple of paragraphs. I don't know whether it has this effect on everyone. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, because we're all at different stages, aren't we, of accepting who we really are. But I bet you quite a few of you guys listening, you spiritual warriors yourselves, got this really ignition of energy rising up and down through your body. So thank you again for listening.